of a tech issue last Friday. I figured out what it was. It was actually me being an idiot. I apologize for that. I had made a mistake, which deactivated the recurring webinar. So I'm sorry about that. We learned. And on that note, we're actually learning a lot in the process as we've been working on activating the token movements, etc. last week. So guys, glad to see so many here. I hope you had a great week. I had a very good week, very intense week, and I am going to give you some updates of what's going on here. I'm going to bring up some of my notes. So again, I apologize for the problem last week. As you guys may have known, we had we did an extra webinar last week as well. And this is just to get you guys more informed. As you know, we have been holding back on the more formal weekly updates, and this is because we want to finish all the changes and the infrastructural changes we're doing. I know, excuse me, I know that it is frustrating when we can't really get things live as fast as we want to. I almost feel like Baghdad Bob here, giving you news every week, but as I said last week, it is a very complicated model we're implementing, and we want to get it absolutely right just so we don't start anything up that creates more admin issues. It should run smoothly on autopilot when we do this. Now, that being said, we have actually completed a few cool things that I want to show you guys. I'm really happy because now we're starting to kill off things. First of all, the token transfers and the fuel cost issues have continued. We did flush a big part of the log 2 days ago, no, Tuesday night, I believe. And then we did more on, well, yesterday actually. We have a big improvement that will kick in tomorrow. That's pretty cool as well. Now, I will actually start with some of the boring admin stuff. Then I'm going to talk about the new stuff. And as always, a little special topic on the corporate finance business. So the deposit and withdrawal routines are going live because now they were completed. They were completed late last night. So during the afternoon, we're putting this out, and there will be a newsletter describing exactly how this goes. That means that deposits in and out, all withdrawal requests in the partner wallet will be processed. New deposits and withdrawals will go through the Dragon wallet into Pernum. So you will have a link inside, and I will show you part of that now. And the reason this that seems very simple has taken time is that we actually have 3 different parts that all have to think about regulation and legalities. So the compliance is more complicated than the actual technical part. The technical part is very simple, but there's a lot of paperwork and a lot of legalities that need to be taken into consideration, which we have done. One complication that we had was that we are now preparing to implement YAM for a point of sales app, as I told you way back. This has to do with the unicorn listing. In order to do that, we had to, first of all, there was some politics. Secondly, there was some strategy. And thirdly, there was some legalities. So it was actually driving me mad not being able to finish because it was holding back all the stuff, all the new things in the Dragon wallet and the Pernum wallet to make it flow. But now we have agreed everything and we are putting it into action. So this means that we will boost YAM. We will be pushing that out, and we are going to educate you on parts of that, but that is the point of sales part. And that means that, as I said, you will be able to make your deposits for crypto and fiat and your withdrawals through the Dragon wallet much faster. We are going to do now instructional videos on both how they work. Also, what we're looking at here is that we are putting out, sorry, I'm just looking through some of the FAQs here. Once we've done this, then we will actually put out the new Likquid platform. Secondly, on the internal transfer, we have just now implemented a very cool feature which allows you to link your Pernum wallet to your Dragon wallet for the assets inside there, such as unicorn tokens and Likquid tokens, which means that you can transfer them for free into the Dragon wallet. And I will actually see if I can show you right now how this works. Yes, I can do that. Let's see here. So I will actually share my screen now and show you how this works. So one moment. There we go. Share screen. Here we go. So guys, now you can see my screen. So the way this works is when you have signed up and you have your Dragon wallet up and open, what you do is you see you have all your assets. You go to assets and you go to unicorn network token. Here, when you deposit, you click deposit, and you can either do it over the blockchain, but here you have a new section where you put in your Pernum ID and you click confirm. That will actually create a link, so you can then click and you can, I can't confirm this now, but when you click confirm, then you will transfer your unicorn tokens from Pernum wallet into us. And that is for free. That doesn't cost you any fuel. So that is a very, very nice, simple feature for you to have. In addition, under the yielders part, here you have the power staking packages are now sitting live, which we will also do a specialized education on. Under the yielders menu, before 5 o'clock today, we're uploading, so you will actually have the self-staking as well. So then you can click here and you can create your self-staking as well. So that means that power staking and self-staking will be live. After that, we will put the power staking, the loan staking live. So this create more and more ways for you guys to generate liquidity out of your YEM tokens. Your YEM, of course. Second very, very cool thing that's gone live just 1 hour ago is our mobile app. So now we actually have an Android app live for this. It's actually for Android. We are waiting for iPhone, for Apple to approve us. As you might know, it takes many weeks for Apple to verify an app. It's extremely irritating. So because of that, we are waiting for that to come out. We will, once we have done that, then we will put that live on the page. But the Android live app is live right now. So what you can do is either you go to our homepage, Dragon homepage. You can also see this on our social media and click Android app and the top menu and download. It works with your login details from online. Or you are logged into Dragon and you go under your personal menu, you know, when you see your name and you click download, then you will have this as well. So that's a nice step, very easy to work with this app. It's beautiful, it's easy to work with. So what else do we have? We will have 2 new webinars next week that we will announce, and they will be on Tuesday and on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. One is going to be entirely focused on the trading and liquidity, how you take your liquid tokens, your YEM coins and your liquid tokens, and you actually work with them on the market if you want to sell or trade and trade for other shares. So by doing this, then you will see how you can generate liquidity. So we will do a specialized training on that. Secondly, the Thursday webinar will be more about those who want to work actively to introduce others, how you make cash from the platform, and that will be an earners webinar. So very, very focused on that as well. We will be putting these up on WhatsApp and social media and in a newsletter as well. So I think this is a strong line of things finally falling into place. I can say that the token transfers and the staking products have been extremely complicated, which means now we can work much faster. We are also waiting for the final details or final parts of the translations, which means that both the app and the online interface, including the terms and conditions and everything, will be available in German and French as well. We actually have the system translated more or less, but we're waiting for some of the more legal advanced translators, which was supposed to come a couple of days ago, still out there. So again, going to make it much easier for you guys to work on this. We have launched a new company, but we're waiting for the webpage to update, P2000, like I told you about already on Tuesday, I think, or it was Monday we did the webinar. This is up on the exchange. This is a real estate company, but we will actually do the official launch only on Sunday. And because it didn't go fully live and we wanted to sort out the allocation issues and the token issues, we have pushed the airdrop from today until Wednesday. And the reason we did this was we wanted to make it simple for you guys to move your Likquid to our platform, just so you, from Pernon Wallet, so you can participate. We didn't want to leave you guys out. So it'll be information and full terms about this on Monday, which gives you 3 days to do that. Well, obviously, if you're already on board, you're on board, so then you don't have to worry. But everything will come out on Monday about that, telling you how to do. So I believe that that is going to also give you a nice little free profit from this case, and you will be able to actually buy some of those shares using Likquid as well. So another nice little thing. Once we have done this, we are going to put the other companies live. We just want to finish the basics now, not to promise week after week. So we have to finish these things completely. As always, I'm going to talk about a special niche today about technicalities, and then I'm going to go to the FAQ, or the questions that we have. I believe that some of these might have been covered now. Now, as you guys know, we were talking about liquidity and capital structure, and last week we talked about how you can grow a company by actually acquiring other companies using your shares. Now, in the context that we have been talking, we have been talking about something called a reverse takeover, which is what Unicorn Network is doing now that we're finishing the listing. Also referred to as an RTO, reverse takeover. Now, when you do this, what it actually means is that when you have a company that is already listed on the stock exchange and it buys another company with a dilution that is more than the majority. So that means that, let's say this company currently has 1,000 shares, and then they dilute by having 1,000,000 shares. So they basically diluted by 90% or 99% in this case. That is a reverse takeover. That's why it's called reverse takeover. Otherwise, this company buys that company. Now, an RTO means that you usually have one shareholder that buys more than 30% of the shares in that company, or it's always the case. And there are different rules on different exchanges. This is exchange specific. Basically what it means is that exchanges put limits on different levels. One is, which is very common, is a 30% rule, which applies most exchanges in Germany and Sweden, for instance, also in the UK. That means that if I buy 30% or more of the shares in a company, I have to place an offer on the same terms for all the other shares. So let's say that I buy 30% of a company and I pay $10 a share. Then I have to offer all the other shareholders $10 per share. Otherwise, I'm going to be heavily, heavily fined. The reason for this is obviously to protect shareholders. The reason for any of these rules is shareholder protection. Make sure that in a reverse takeover, often you have a business that has actually, for one or another reason, stopped. which means that we're stopped or not doing so well. So obviously there is a rationale and a reason for the company to do an RTO. And the RTO means that you actually have to dilute or give somebody more than 30%. So what you have to do then is you go to what is called the takeover panel, which is a little bit different in every country. But basically what you do is you apply and say, hi, we want to do this deal. Because of X, Y, Z, this is of a benefit for all the old shareholders as well. And it is really talking about, value per share. So it doesn't really matter in a public company how much percent you have if you're looking at specific value. And that is the important part here. So a reverse takeover in itself works, by the way, where you first have to allow the shareholders in the parent company to approve this. After that, you do a deal where you buy the company, but you have to apply for an exception for the reverse takeover. In many exchanges, such as Börse Düsseldorf, you have an approach where they basically say you have to do something similar to a listing application or a new prospectus, which follows the same pattern and it actually ticks the same legal boxes. And on one part that you might run into, and you will hear in the context that we are doing, is a prospectus. So a prospectus is it's a very full, it's a disclosure document. That's the best way I can describe it. A prospectus is something that is universally accepted among regulators as a standard format, which, for instance, if you list a company on a stock exchange, normally you go and you apply for a prospectus. Prospectus is a large document. It's typically 50 to 100 pages, which contains all the elements of the business. It has risk factors. It has any kind of sort of risk factors and sensitive points. And it gets approved by the regulators. For instance, in Germany, you go to BaFin, which is the regulator. You send in the prospectus. And making a prospectus is a horribly boring exercise. You disclose everything. They look at the points and they have like a checklist they work through. And they will write you back after a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, saying, dear sir, you have, thank you for your prospectus. You're missing this and this and this. Can you add this or changes? You make the changes, you send it back to BaFin. BaFin takes another 2-3 weeks to reply. They have usually 14 days to reply, and they will reply on day 14 exactly. So this will also coming out, be coming back again, and you do the adjustments here. Now, I'm going to close the chat here for a second. And as you do that, eventually you end up with a point where the prospectus gets approved, and then you can actually file for your listing, and then you can file for full listing. So having an approved perspective is technically very, very important, well, legally important and crucial for many exercises. And it's always a sensitive point. Now, why am I telling you this? Well, first of all, so you understand parts of the process involved, where we are now waiting for the approval to move ahead with the prospectus for Unicorn. But also important from an educational standpoint, many people see a prospectus as a quality stamp of the investment stock. And it is absolutely not an endorsement. It should not be taken as that. Yes, the company has taken the time and gone through all the hoops. They have disclosed everything. But it is only a matter of disclosing everything truthfully. So let me give you an example. I could file a prospectus that says that I'm going to raise $1 billion. I'm going to take 500 million out of this and go to the casino and bet on red on the roulette. And then I'm going to buy alcohol for another 500 million and drink it. And as long as I've actually told the truth, then that prospectus will be approved, saying, yes, BaFin confirms that Mr. Norman is going to go to the casino and play for 500 million and he's going to buy booze for 500. I'm oversimplifying this, but just to make a point. So it is only a confirmation that of stated facts, good or bad. It doesn't mean that it is a good business or a good investment. It only means that they have taken the time and disclosed all the risks. So for instance, in the case with my stupid prospectus, one risk factor that the investors should be aware of is if I drink 500 million worth of booze, then I will probably not be very good at the casino. So that would be a risk factor and so on. This is how the prospectuses work. So you will see a lot of these going through our platform. You will see a lot of prospectuses. You will see businesses with prospectuses filed. And a prospectus is still a good document. It's only important to know that it is not a stamp of quality. It is not a quality assurance. It is not an endorsement of an investment. It's just a statement and a verification of facts. So we will actually, we have one case coming up here when we have sorted everything up that has a very full prospectus, which I think is a good example. It's a German prospectus. We also have a Swedish one coming up. So then you guys should look into that. Then this will fall into place, what I'm telling you now. You will understand this more. Okay, guys. So I will go through some of the questions now here. And let's see here. So as always, I actually close the chat because I tend to read it when I talk and I get distracted. So I have a question here. Could YAM be integrated with an ecosystem? Well, that's actually unfortunately not up to me to do. It's the YAM Foundation working on that, but I think you should actually bring that up with them. Our interest is to bring YAM to as many ecosystems as possible. So we are putting it into all of our ecosystems a lot. Also, we have a question about the new Likquid platform. Yes, we will integrate that or actually release it because we have finished it more or less when we have stabilized the transfers and everything. We just don't want to have too many moving parts now to tick off box after box. We also have a lot of questions on transfers out. And as I said, this is now when it comes to tokens, they are being processed. We also have the internal transfer now being live. You can actually transfer US dollars from Dragon Global to the Pernom wallet as well. And there will be an internal button for this. This is actually literally coming live in the next few hours. So you will see this in the full newsletter today. That is coming out. Well, the newsletter is not coming out today, but the functionality is being finished, and the newsletter letter is being approved by the people at Pernom as well. Let's see here. Just going through more questions here. So. Okay, so an interesting thing here is that we, as I said on the last webinar, we see some people just putting in lower and lower prices on Likquid, thinking that you will actually generate a faster trade. And it's actually counterproductive because remember that we are bringing in people from the outside to buy this, and you can do that too. So my advice, and the reason why you see the prices so off, is that people are actually hammering the stock. Our members are hammering the prices, and I think this is counterproductive. We have been looking into putting measures in place for a minimum price, but quite frankly, that is also counterproductive in a sense. But this is something we're evaluating, and because of that, we're going to restart the pricing strategy shortly here. So I understand that this is a bit of an educational process as well, and we are dealing with that as well. Let's see here. So going from more here. So how do we make deposit for network fees? Well, this is what we have now simplified. So easiest way is to do it through the Dragon wallet. Actually, this is much faster and easier to work with as well. And oh, now I understand. I'm sorry, Magdi, I actually misunderstood the question before. So you want to transfer US dollars from the Dragon Global wallet to somebody else's Pernum wallet. Yes, that should work. I will actually check that. Let me actually take a note about that. Using it to else's wallet. That's a good idea. And the reason I'm taking a note is that right after this call, I have a call with the tech people. So I will check that for you as well. As I said, all withdrawals as well are being processed as we speak for the new system in the Pernum, and you will have instructions on how to do this in and out. Let's see here. I have one more thing here. Here we go. Yes, Jorge, that's what I am talking about. So basically, you can then transfer from Dragon to wherever you want to, but I recommend you guys to start using that because that is free. And guys, do sign up. Do sign up for the app so you can actually get your free allocation of P2000 tokens on Wednesday. So, but we will actually send out a recap and a reminder for you guys also on Monday, so you know how to do this. But if you want to play around with this and play around with oh, now I lost the chat. Technical idiot. Sorry about that. So we will send out a reminder about that on Monday as well, so you guys don't miss out. So you will definitely have the chance to do this. So absolutely don't miss out. Final thing on the liquid asset management, the Pernum people have closed that program. This will be included in the mutual newsletter that we are sending out together with them as well. Like I said, I can't guarantee that it's going to go out today. I would almost guarantee it will not go out today, but I'm pushing for that to go out over the weekend with all the new stuff. So guys, that's all from me for today. I hope, thank you, Jorge. I know it's frustrating with the delays on the tech side, but I really want to make sure that things flow well. And sadly, as you know, with tech development, I know our team is working literally day and night. I mean, last night I had to tell the tech team to go and sleep. So we are really pushing this, but we're very close. So please play around with the new features. And guys, have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy. Thanks for being here. Take care.